All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Too Much TV. Today we have a bit of a different episode. Jeff and I are going to be discussing our top 5 favorite shows of all time. And I think a key distinction here, Jeff, that we have to make is that it is our favorite, not necessarily the best. I do think there is going to be a little bit of crossover, but it's still our favorites because one of mine has like not aged well. So I'm going to have to defend it a little bit. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Um, let's go ahead and start with you then.
Yeah.
Your fifth show, because and also we don't know each other's list, right? You don't know mine. I
Yep.
don't know yours. So this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You start. Give me your fifth.
Okay. All right. I had a lot of fun making this, just by the way, little intro. I'll tell you, I think my list is kind of fluid. Like, it was fun. I don't know if
Sure.
you went through this, but like
Yeah,
ranking
dude.
them gets pretty
Yeah.
tough.
Very
Because I
hard.
was like, my bottom 4 could like flip around order all the time. But
My
uh
bottom two are like very nostalgic.
uh-huh.
So it's going to be interesting. But go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So my number 5 is a show that you introduced me to. It's Love, Death, and Robots. Uh
Shit.
yeah. Yeah. It's
So good.
which it kind of crept its way onto my list. It took me a while. I really thought about this for a long time, and I realized that it belonged on my top 5 because of how many times I've rewatched certain episodes.
Hmm.
Um little bit, backstory for anyone who hasn't watched Love and Death and Robots. Uh it's I think it's considered like an anthology, right? Each story is its own story. And so I would say the reason that this one belongs in my top 5 is it's such a unique show, and each episode can really be sort of put into its own like bucket. And a few, I guess, are kind of related, but really you never know what you're going to get when you press play. It's entirely different stories. The animation is different. And it could be hilarious. It could be an incredibly like haunting and chilling story, or it can just be a dud. And that's part of what makes you appreciate the show is it's like a box of chocolates. You have no idea what you're going to get when you open up an episode.
Dude, there
Uh,
are some really, really good episodes of Love, Death, and Robots. I mean, you're
yeah,
right. There are duds, like certainly duds, but the the good ones blow me away, man. Like,
yeah, yeah,
I mean, especially season one. There's just, I think my favorite in that one was it the Secret War, the Russian one.
yeah, yeah.
What's your favorite one from that season?
From season 1, I think Sunny's Edge is in season 1, and that was one of my
Sunny's
favorites.
Edge.
That's got a really cool twist at the
It's
end.
also
And
so violent.
yeah, dude. But that's the cool part about Love, Death, and Robots is you have no idea. Like, it could be a crazy, gory, like violent one, or there's the really fun ones, like the mini series are hilarious. I would also
Yeah,
say,
Sunny's Edge is the first one. Yep.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think that one is really fun and, like you said, really violent. And then there's other ones. Some of the ones on my list that I wanted to really touch on. There are like Bad Traveling is an incredible story. I love that one.
Bad. Yeah. Directed by David
Beyond,
Fincher.
yeah, dude, yeah. Beyond the Aquila Rift is a really fun, like sci-fi, really haunting. Uh,
Dude, you're starting off with a banger, man. Like
and
Love,
then
Death, and Robots is so good.
there's ones where like Fish Night and the Tall Grass feel like somebody brought a dream to life, like on the screen. And that's my number 5. I think it's an incredibly unique show and one of the more fun ones that I've ever watched, and just nothing like I've ever watched. It's nothing like any of the rest of my list.
I have a couple great favorite Love, Death, and Robots episode, but one episode I can't rewatch is Helping Hand. The
Oh
one
yeah,
where oh yeah, that one's
it's
horrifying.
it's horrifying, and that one is like I'm never watching that again. But
No,
that's what makes Love, Death, and Robots so fun. Is it's such a gamble on each one. You could have a 10 out of 10, or you could have a 3 out of 10. Like,
100%.
and I think that's why it makes my list because it's just
But sometimes there's really
wild.
good ones too, like Zima Blue.
Yeah, yeah. Didn't you teach your class with Zima Blue? Didn't you use that as a lesson?
Yeah, I did because I was like, there's only one episode I could show my 6th grade students, and it was Zima Blue, and they actually really liked it. They're like,
Yeah,
"This is really interesting," and of course, one kid sees it and is like, "Oh, what's this show, Mr. Leduc?" And I was like, "Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
don't need
I
to
hear
know, buddy.
because the problem is I then paused the show to hear his question, and it came up, Love, Death, and Robots, and he's like, "I'm gonna go home and watch all of these."
Oh,
And
yeah.
then he came
Okay.
back the next day and he was like, "Mr. Leduc, what the fuck was that?" I was like, "Buddy, I told you not to. Like, fine,
Yeah,
don't watch
dude.
it."
Yeah,
It was
that's a
my
tricky
mistake.
one.
Yeah. Um, I think season 2 was a slight dud. Yeah, season
The
2 was a bit of a dud. I'm
there
looking at the episodes here.
there's a few, like, gems in season 2, but there's also a few misses. I think that you could kinda say that about all of them.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
love
mean,
the most recent season, like, season 4 was almost entirely
oh,
duds for me.
Jabaro?
Yeah, dude, like, that's what I'm
Oh my
saying, like, when I
god.
talk about bringing dreams to life, that was another one I had on my list that was like you know what I'm trying to say, right? Like, you
You know, it's a
literally
fever dream.
you watch it and you're like, where did this come from?" Like, it really feels like somebody took a dream and found a way to animate it and put it on the screen.
And the music too. I mean, it's absolutely incredible.
Dude,
Yeah,
yeah.
Love, Death, and Robots is just a lot of fun. You're right about this last season. Some of it, yeah, they're kind of all a little mid. Problem is, oh yeah, the Can't Stop one where the string puppets or the Red Hot Chili Peppers, that
Yeah,
episode
dude.
fucking sucked.
Yeah,
But
that's
but when it's good, it's so good.
yeah, yeah.
Dude, that's a great number 5. That's a great number 5.
Excellent.
Um,
Alright, what do you got?
all right, so my number 5, don't laugh at me. People are gonna roast me too for this one, is Friends. So the reason I picked Friends is when I was in high school, I I think I was like 15 or 16, and you know at that age, you just like your parents, it's just not a good time to be with like a relationship with your
It's
parents.
tough.
It's tough. It doesn't work. It's just a lot of friction. Everyone's an idiot at 15 and they don't realize that your parents are actually right. And so one day I think we were just sitting down watching TV and Friends came on like a rerun. And I had known my mom had liked it, but when my mom finished the show in 2004, I was 11, so I didn't, it wasn't for me. I was too young for it. I
Sure.
didn't get it too. Also, that's season 10. I'm not going to be watching season 10 as an 11-year-old. Like it just didn't work. But we watched one episode and I thought it was really funny and I was laughing. And I mean also Friends, if you've got like teenagers, man, just show them Friends. Friends will be fine. Like they'll get it. It's a little high schooly, it's a little immature. It's okay.
Just
So
adult enough.
yeah, just adult enough to kind of get it. So um, when I laughed and my mom said, "Would you want to watch more of this?" I said, "Yeah, I'd watch more of this." She went out to Target and bought all 10 seasons on DVD.
Nice.
And I think we watched most of it together. And so it's like a thing that I haven't seen an episode in maybe a decade now. It's been a long time. And I think I've definitely aged out of it. And it was definitely in that moment where I liked it a lot as a late, teenager. I think I watched it constantly from 15 to 17. Um, but what's so interesting about Friends is that it really hasn't aged well in a lot of areas. Have you heard these arguments?
Yeah, I have. There's some jokes that really it's tough to hit in today's climate.
It's but also it's funny, they're also not very good, those jokes. I wonder if times have
A little
changed or a
crass.
little crass, a little crude, and a little like below the belt. The joke is the other person, not the person making the joke.
Mm.
I think another show like Modern Family, they have two gay characters and their gay jokes are really funny. They're
Mhm.
so funny. The ones here is just Chandler being uncomfortable that his dad does drag and he disowns his father because he's a drag queen.
Mm.
It's like,
Yeah.
man, that's a little, and then also fat Monica. Like everyone's like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god, you're so fucking fat." It's just like
Yeah.
it's like,
Man,
"Oh,
you're
dude."
reminding me of some of these that are like, "Oh,
Right?
geez." Like, I
Like
still
that
love Friends, and wow, yeah, it's like,
it's just dated. It's just a little dated now,
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's fine though. It has a place in my heart, but it's definitely past its age now. I
Mhm.
mean, there's that one scene where they watch that video of Monica and
And
Rachel getting ready for prom,
yeah.
and Monica's like bigger. And she's like, "Shut up. The camera adds 10 pounds." And Chandler's like, "How many cameras are on you?" It first of all, that's very funny. But they were all just making fun of the fact that she's fat. And
Yeah.
also Rachel had that nose. Remember she had like a
Yeah.
big nose and
Yep.
then she got it surgically like it's just funny. It's just a bit of like very 90s like you have to change your appearance sort of thing.
Yeah.
But and also Ross kind of being a psychopath with like some of the women.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
they
a
take the,
little
like, dating stuff and it goes from, like, okay, this is, like, a funny dating story to, like, it kinda goes over the line every once in a while to be like,
yeah.
what? This is really weird." Like,
Yeah, he dates one of his students.
yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
okay,
It's
like
it's just a little too much sometimes. But then, honestly, dude, some of the jokes when they do land, they're really good. Like
yeah.
Joey is very funny. Phoebe is very funny. Those are very unproblematic characters. Joey and Phoebe are probably the best.
Mhm.
And
They've
then the
aged the
other,
best.
they've aged the best, certainly, because I think their type of humor is timeless.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
being, Joey being a little dim and Phoebe being kind of crazy,
Yeah.
I think all kind of worked perfectly.
Yeah.
But Friends is my fifth. I think it's a good spot. I don't think it would ever go any higher. And I almost had this with a different show, but I think the different show is going to be on your list. So I'm not going to tell you. So remind me.
Okay. Okay. I will.
Uh,
I will. I
all right,
like your
give
5th.
me.
I like your 5th, by the way. I think Friends still is a fantastic, like, comfort show. I think there's still
It's
parts of
incredible
it.
comfort show, man. You're sick sometime
Yeah.
and you're just like in bed, can't move.
Yeah.
Throw on a Friends rerun and just it's yeah, you're right. It's completely very comfortable. I mean, it's also a bygone era, man. It's the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
The
last
90s
time,
nostalgia is
yeah,
pretty wild.
the last time there was hope in America. It was the 90s, man. Like, so
Yeah.
Friends has that hope to it. So
Yeah.
anyway,
All
all right,
right.
give me your fourth.
Okay, cool. No, this is gonna be fun because you may get a little roasted for Friends. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna
get
get
roasted
roasted
for
for
my
this?
4th. Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me.
My 4th is Lost. Um, yep, yep, yep. I'm ready for it. I don't care.
Doesn't the plot get lost?
It gets so far lost, buddy. By the end, you have
Okay,
no idea what's going on.
explain the fucking appeal to Lost because I don't get it. I tried the first episode years ago and I was like, this is not for me.
I gotcha. I gotcha. And I will do my best here. So, Lost, I watched Lost as it was being released, like pretty much from day one. Weekly episodes, I think it was every Wednesday. It was the first show that I can remember that I considered appointment television, meaning me and my family like never missed an episode. It was like religion in our family. And
Nice.
it part of it, dude, was really just it hit me at the right time. Kind of the same thing that you were saying about Friends is I was it was like the first show that I was like, wow, what's going on? Like, I just don't understand it. And I was kind of young enough to be really curious. So all that mystery behind like the island, you're familiar with the topic, right?
Yeah.
The
They
plane
crash
crashes
land.
on the
I
island.
mean,
They have no
I think
idea what's going on. They
I
don't
think
know where they are.
I stopped watching when that guy gets sucked into the propeller.
Okay. Yeah. So you stopped pretty quick. Yeah, because that's like real early.
That's like
That
5
may be
minutes in, I
episode
think,
one.
dude.
Yeah.
Or do what? I don't think I finished episode 1.
Okay. All right. So yeah, what Lost did really well was it had some of the world building elements where you just really were completely like you had no idea what this place was. There were things that made no sense. There was like a hatch in the ground that
I've
was
heard of the
like,
hatch.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it was like there's this whole mystery that's built up, and at least for the time of being released, they did it pretty well. Like they built a lot of suspense, and there were also flashbacks where you kind of understood different characters through their flashbacks. There was a guy named John Locke who is like walking around and he seems like this kind of wiser older guy. And then through a flashback, you realize he was in a wheelchair before the plane crashed. And it was just like, at the time, it was like, wait, what? Like, what is this? Like, what is going on? What? The
Wasn't
plane
wasn't
crash
there a
fixed
wasn't
him?
there
What?
a lot yeah, you'd figure it'd be the opposite, but wasn't there like they never resolved anything really?
so that's where I will like in kind of rounding out my take on the show overall. They created a ton of mysteries very well. What they didn't do was answer all of them very well. They created too many for them to
That
juggle and
sucks,
handle by
man.
the end. It does, but I think why it belongs on my list is two things. One, kind of the impact that I already talked about. It was something where I just remember being like glued to the screen. I had to watch Lost every week. And I would also say that the characters, for as much as they didn't do a great job of the overall like mysteries and the plot lines, the character development and some of the characters in that show, Sawyer is one of my favorite characters of all time that has ever been written. Like
Mhm.
there are so many layers to characters like that it is phenomenally created. Like there
Was it
are
made by
moments.
J.J. Abrams?
I think that's right. I need to look it up. I think you may be right. If you can, yeah. I'll go while you search because yeah, it's honestly. So funny story, little family, tiny story here. My all of my family's dogs to this day are named after Lost characters.
But that's
Um,
amazing.
they just got a dog that's named Hurley. That is like one of the main characters in the show. Every dog has been named a Lost character. So goofy but fun, and it's kind of stayed in my life through that. It's also a show that I think I've rewatched like 2 or 3 times, even though it's like there are parts of the ending that are really tough to wrap your head around.
Yes, to
Um,
J.J. Abrams, by the way.
nice, thank you. Yeah, I thought so. I thought so.
But
So
I think I remember hearing something about the fact that he quit after season 3 or something.
dude, they went through so many like writer changes and like yeah, it was a whirlwind of a show. But I think overall, like you said, this is a distinction of it's not the top 5 best shows that I could name. It's the top 5 favorite shows, and for that, some
yeah.
of it is just the impact that it had on me.
Dude,
Lost,
if it captures you in a moment, man,
yeah,
regardless of if it ends well or not, I mean, fuck, man, we're gonna be talking about a show that did not end well, and it's still one of my all-time favorites. So,
yeah,
I'm
exactly,
looking at the ranking of some of the episodes here. I mean, even to the 6th season, there's a couple, like, a lot of them are over 8s on IMDb. There's
yeah,
a 9.2 there.
yeah. No,
The
they
season
had some
the
hits, dude.
finale is a 9.2.
Yeah, they had some hits. Like I'll tell you, for as much as it's been a show that's kind of been joked on, and like people always have the same takes, the similar ones that you were bringing up. Like people really have a tough time wrapping their head around the ending, and I get it. I really, really get it.
What
They
is
went
the
in so
ending?
many
Can you tell me
directions.
real quick?
Well,
Give me
essentially,
a
well,
1-minute summary.
yeah, okay, sure,
They
sure,
crashed the
bud.
plane, and it was never an island in the first place.
Yeah, there's this whole discussion of like science versus faith that's kind of an overall theme that goes through
Mhm.
the show. And the ending is essentially them like kind of all in a church, which I know it doesn't really make sense when I say it like that, but
Sure.
they kind of tell these stories like they're all these characters that are interwoven and they get locked, with the island. That's the thing that brings them all together. And then there's all this back and forth of like they make it off. No, they don't. There's multiple timelines. Like it goes back and forth for a little while. At the
So it gets
end,
really fucky.
it gets really fucky. But at the very end, they basically it all kind of culminates into them unified again, and they kind of find each other. Like the ones that had connections on the island, who fell in love on the island,
Mhm.
find each other in real life. Like
So
or as
is
some
it
people
would you
say, they were never alive, and it's like all in heaven or
so it kinda
purgatory or
lands?
something. It kinda lands. I think the reason that it's probably rated pretty highly is because they land the plane as much as they possibly could with all of the different storylines that they've created.
You
They
really,
did.
you really nailed that one, Jeff.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
You
I'll
stuck
be
that
here all night.
landing.
I'll be here
Uh.
all there it is. And I got my sidekick here too. But yeah, they did as well as they could have with all of the different roads that they took to get there. I don't think you need to love the ending. I don't think you need to understand the ending. I think you just have to appreciate how wild of a ride it was. That's what I would say.
Nice. Okay. I, will probably never watch it, but it was also, again, like, kinda like Friends, it's a product of its time.
Bingo.
It was out. It was really dude, I remember everyone talking about Lost. 2004 to 2010?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah,
I
dude.
think I remember watching TV with my parents, and they were like, "Yeah," or like commercials for the last episode of Lost was on or something. So
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, massive show,
It
dude,
was a cultural
massive.
phenomenon for the time that it
Absolutely.
had. Like,
And you know what, dude? Getting, like, swept up, I don't like these people who judge others for getting swept up in cultural phenomenon shows, 'cause they just think they're better than everyone else, and really deeply, they're just insecure. Like, it's awesome to kinda get swept up in that, and that everyone you know around you is talking about this show that, like, you're a part of. So,
yeah,
I don't know, I think Lost is a good
yeah.
answer, man.
I appreciate it. Like I said, it's top 5 favorite, not top 5 best.
That's fine. That's fine.
Alright, give me
Um,
your 4.
alright, so my 4 is a little different, and it's the Top Gear UK,
Nice. I
like
wondered if
Jeremy
this was gonna
Clark's.
make it on your list.
I rewatched an episode the other day, and I was like, "I forgot how much I love that show." Their chemistry is so good, and the show is just so effortlessly fun and funny. I mean, this is not obviously a scripted show. I mean, it's them, like, reviewing cars, but it's 3 old dudes just having a good time, and the best ones were where they would, like, travel the world. One of my favorite ones was where they went to, Alabama, or they went
Mhm.
to the South, and they have these challenges, right? And one of the challenges was you each have a bucket of paint. Now draw on the other person's car what is most likely to get them killed.
That's amazing.
So one of them was like gay love is okay. And then one was Hillary for president. And it's also, by the way, it's all in like pink paint.
Jeez.
And one of them painted the headlights pink and then put like lashes on it.
Oh, man.
Or one of them was also like country western music fucking sucks.
Jeez. You said they're
So
in
they
Alabama when they did this?
dude, they're in like deep, deep south.
Woo.
And I think they stop in like Mobile, Alabama or something.
Yeah.
And they go to a gas station and they literally get chased away by people in the town.
Not really surprised,
Dude,
dude.
they were talking about like the most dangerous places they've ever been. And they were like, Alabama was the most dangerous place they've ever been. Dude, they did a whole fucking special in Iraq
Wow.
during the war. And it was fine. They said
Wow.
Alabama was the scariest place. I was like, "Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, a lot of Americans avoid that place too, so it's fine."
True.
They also did one where it was like, you can only cook a meal with what you've killed on the road, like,
Oh, wow.
and so then the
Okay.
next scene is one of them has a dead cow on the roof of their car. It's just
Oh,
like
gee.
it's just really funny, man. Like, they go to Vietnam, they go to, Bolivia, Botswana, they travel everywhere, and they just have fun and fuck around, man. Like, it was one of those shows where I was like, if I had all the money ever, I would get a couple of buddies and make this show.
Mhm.
Just having fun, traveling the world. And it was a really cool way to see the world too. Because it was essentially, I mean, very little of it's in America. I mean, there's a couple episodes in the US,
Yeah.
but for the most part, it's in the UK. And it was just kind of cool to see a different part of the world all
Yeah.
the time. So, I mean, that one was just amazing. And they would also have like celebrities on too,
Yeah.
and they would do the fast lap in a
Huh.
regular car because they thought it'd be funny. Instead of giving them like a supercar, they
Yeah.
gave them some piece of shit car to drive around as fast as they could. And dude, the celebrities loved it. Like Tom Cruise was the best one or something. Like he was the fastest one.
Of course,
And they
Tom
would all,
Cruise was the best
yeah,
one.
yeah, of course it was fucking, yeah.
Fucking Tom Cruise.
Yeah. So, but they would also like the celebrities would, when they would see each other, be like, "What was your lap time?" And they would get into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And then when they would go back, they would request to go back to do it. So, no, it was, and again, this is a show I watched from like 16 to 19, around there,
Yeah.
and just always on repeat, man. Just on repeat. And
I
a
remember
lot
you
of,
watching it in school. Like, I
yeah,
can
it was just
remember.
a lot of fun, man. It was a lot of
Yeah.
fun. I haven't watched it in a long time.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go back and rewatch all of it because it's just that much fun. But, uh, no, I mean, Top Gear. Top Gear was the shit, dude. I love Top Gear. It was just fun. A lot of fun, really another
Like,
cozy
effortlessly
show.
fun. Effortlessly fun. Just guys
effortlessly
hanging
fun
out having fun.
with just a simple premise.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Yeah.
cars
Yeah.
and let's have fun with the cars.
Yeah. What an
The best
awesome concept,
Yeah,
by the
and
way.
also the best episodes were the one where they drove around pieces of shit,
Yeah.
like bullshit cars. That was the
Yeah.
best one. I would watch their, like, supercar reviews, and those were fine, like, those were fun, and it's also
Mhm.
really cool to see a supercar because then they would do the same track and do supercar. They used to get a former Formula 1 driver to do those laps. So that was fun to see too, like those fast cars do that. So it's also, dude, such a teenage boy show, by the way, like completely. But
Yeah.
no, just really fun, really light, and just an easy watch. So that's my number four.
I like it, dude. I like it.
All right, give me your number three.
Okay, number 3. I don't know that you would expect this one on my list either, but maybe. I don't know. My number 3 is Community. Did you expect
Never
that?
seen it. I've never seen it, but
Yeah, I didn't
I think
know if
I've
you would.
seen part of the first season.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
really it's another cozy show.
it is. Yeah, Community is a weird one, but it belongs on my list because of a couple different reasons. Again, I'm going to kind of keep coming back to some of these same themes. It is a timing one for me. Community revolves around a group of friends who are all in community college, hence the name.
Mhm.
And it's about people who come from all different backgrounds, they're different ages. It's not like a traditional like in college show, where it's like everyone like if you and I had a college show made about us, it would be all our friend group who's all in college at the same time in their lives,
Yeah, well,
kind
this
of
is all
going through the
different
same
points in
stuff.
their life, right?
Exactly. You've got big names like Chevy Chase who come in, Yvette Nicole Brown, but then you have there's like Danny Putty. It's one of the first shows that Donald Glover did that was big. So
Yeah.
before he was even like they were
Oh,
the cast
Allison
talks
Brie?
Allison Brie. Yeah, the cast talks about listening to Donald Glover's music like together before he was big. Like some of his first hits, he
That's cool.
played for them
That's
in
cool.
like just like hanging out on the set and stuff. And like they were like,
Ken Jeong?
yeah, dude. Oh yeah. I mean,
I worked with Ken Jeong when I worked in LA.
nice, dude. He's
Yeah.
a really smart guy and a funny guy. Um,
Yeah, he was a little annoying, but it's fine.
okay, well, to
John
each his own.
Oliver too? Wow.
Oh yeah, buddy. They had yeah, they I mean you
Keith
can go down
David,
the
wow.
list. Yeah, you can really go down the list. There's I mean, they brought on quite a few big guests, but what was interesting for me was I watched Community kind of towards the end of my like late 20s, going into my early 30s, and Community is a lot about like finding your path and kind of letting go of some of those things that you chase when you're young. That's kind of the
Yeah.
big like theme that revolves around Jeff Winger, who is the main character. It's basically like he thinks this community college stint is going to be like a temporary thing. He's just going to get it done and get on with his life. As it turns out, the community college thing basically turns into like his family. Like that friend group turns into his family, and he
Yeah.
realizes like, and by the end, he's like, he's not worried about leaving them. It's like he's worried about them leaving him. And he
Yeah.
struggles through kind of that whole maturing process. And that was what hit so hard for me was it just hit at the perfect time. It was like, you and I like have stayed friends, but it's hard to keep like maintain a lot of those adult friendships. And I think
Really
anyone
hard,
listening
man.
to this knows how that goes. It's like you keep your core group if you can, but even those, it really is tough to like maintain those relationships. And
I put a lot of effort into my friends or as much as I can. But you're right, it is difficult. And
yeah,
now, especially a lot of my friends are having kids, and
right.
that's doubly difficult now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, this is not about anything, but like, you and I play video games sometimes together. Honestly, I think that's the best way for us to stay in touch. Not you and me
Yeah.
specifically, but a lot of like guys, hey, just go play games with your friends for an hour or two once a week.
Make it
That's
a
how you
casual routine. Yeah.
that's how you stay in touch.
Yeah.
Um,
Exactly.
I get that,
Exactly.
man. I think with community, yeah, I mean, you have all these high ambitions when you're younger sometimes, and then you think you are those ambitions, and then when you get older, you're like, maybe I got to let some of this go. But then people have a tough time with that because it clashes with their own self identity.
Bingo.
And some people never let go, and
Yeah.
that can get pretty toxic.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
what's cool about this, it's like, yeah, maybe some self-awareness too.
Yeah.
Like, in all stages of life, there's no shame in going back to community college. If you're bettering
Exactly.
yourself, don't worry about how others may judge you, and if they do judge you, they're not worth your time,
Yep.
as long as you don't judge yourself.
Exactly. Exactly. So I love the overall themes that I also just last thing I'll say to compliment it, some of the most creative writing I've ever seen. Just example for
Dan
you,
Harmon, dude. Dan
Dan
Harmon.
Harmon, Rick and
Yeah,
Morty. Yeah, like
yeah.
wildly creative guy, kind of an oddball, but really just an incredible
Dude,
mind. Example like joke. They say the word Beetlejuice in the show
uh-huh.
3 times in extremely different episodes. Like one is I think is in season 1, then there's one in like season 2, and just randomly, right? But on the third time of some like just a character randomly saying Beetlejuice, there's a guy dressed as Beetlejuice that just crosses in the background, dude. Like not even not a part of the
But
joke.
that's fun.
Just like if you notice him, he's in the background. It's the third time, so it's Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. You know, like the old thing. There's little things like that that if you have, if you
That's
really
really
pay attention,
creative.
it's just like holy crap! Someone really, really took a lot of time and like care into writing the show and thought of these
Yeah.
incredibly cool, just quirky little like moments and stuff. So
Well,
anyway,
dude,
that's what I would say for
I want every oddball to write a TV show. Like,
yeah.
I don't want a normal person writing my TV
No, because
shows.
it's not fun. Like that's
No,
what
it's not
makes
fun
it
at all.
fun. The
Also,
creative
like,
mind.
what's so fun about this too is, like, this is a very boring concept, you know?
But
But
yeah,
with good writing, it doesn't matter what it is.
yeah,
It can be incredible as long
dude,
as it's written well.
yeah.
Maybe, you know what? I'll give Community another shot, I think.
I think it's worth like it's worth giving it a shot. I think it also, like I was saying, kind of has to hit you at the right time too. But it,
Sure.
a lot of those concepts of kind of maturing over time and like figuring out who you are, those are evergreen. So you could always give it
Yeah.
a shot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, all right, my number 3, and I'm a little, you know, I wonder if this is just recency bias for me, but my number 3 is Invincible. I I'm not sure why I love this show so much. I think the reason is that, I mean, you and I are the same age. Do you remember the first superhero movie you saw? Mine was Spider-Man in
I think
2002.
that was the first one that popped in my head.
Yeah. I maybe saw the old Batman ones when I was younger, and
Yeah,
maybe
but
some cartoons, like, maybe not, but Spider-Man was big for me. And then I watched all of those, and then I think, Batman Begins in 2005, and then the MCU starts in 2008, and watched that for 10 years. I mean, I guess I'm still kind of watching some of that. I just saw Spider-Man the other day.
Mhm.
Spider-Man, by the way, is the fucking best. Like, I think he is my favorite superhero, but there's a formula with Marvel and DC. Like, I think I've seen most of them, and to me, they're a lot of fun. I really do like it. But what Invincible changed to me was that, oh, hey, if superheroes actually existed, what would the violence look like? And I think that's what it portrays so well, is that it is so unashamedly violent and graphic that it took a genre that I enjoy a lot and kind of like flipping it on its head to make something pretty incredible. But it also keeps that core of like the values of what it is to be a superhero. Like Mark is a great character because he is completely destroyed physically and emotionally. And I mean, to be honest, philosophically too. His whole world has to be reshaped every season. And it's done in such a graphic way. I mean, that Omni Man fight at the end of season 1 is incredible.
Man.
His father puts his head up in front of a subway train and Mark kills all these people. And but then Omni Man's such a great character too. Because Viltrum, to me, Viltrum, and I think I've discussed this before, Viltrum is a combination of the Roman Empire, Nazis, samurai, and the Spartans. That, to me, is what the Roman Empire, or the Viltrum Empire is.
Yeah.
Like all of those sort of concepts and what they stood for combined.
That's a crazy
That's
blend. That is a
oh,
crazy blend, dude.
yeah, so they got the size of the Roman Empire. They have, like, the, racial superiority of the Nazis, but then they have the Spartan-like training where they kill the kids at the beginning if they're not strong enough, and then they have that samurai ethos of being the greatest warrior. Put that together, bro, and they fly and they're all Superman, that's terrifying.
Dude, yeah.
It's a very cool and fun concept, and I mean, also the voice acting is fantastic. Um, I think the writing is really good. It surprises me, I think, is what I
Y
really liked. In a
yeah.
genre that I like, it surprises me.
Yeah.
And I think, again, the writing is really good. In certain episodes, I'm like, holy shit, did they just do this? Because it doesn't really seem to follow a formula. Like Marvel
No.
follows a formula. I'm going to go see Doomsday in December. I know he's not going to win. Like, I know that already.
Are you sure, dude? I think he might win this
Well, he
time.
might
The bad
win
guy
this
might
one,
win.
but then they'll win the next one
Oh, I know, I'm
and
kidding, yes.
save the
We know
day.
who's gonna win.
Yeah, I know. So I think the fact that it is so surprising is what made it so fun. I mean, I think what hooked me instantly was when Omni-Man massacres
I Come on, you're
them
talking
at the
about episode
beginning.
1, right?
Yeah,
Episode 1.
yeah.
What an incredible episode. What an episode to take your expectations and just smash them on the ground.
I'll give you a little, like, teaser about or a little interesting fact about it. If you watch that episode again, there is almost no blood in the first episode. Like, none. There's no blood.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And even I mean, again, the title cards where it's like, he's gonna have to be, and it's blank and it just says Invincible. They get really creative with that, and that's a lot of fun. But Mark saying I'm and then Invincible, and then it goes to, you mean, basically this universe's version of the Justice League.
Yeah.
And they all meet up, and Omni-Man fucking just destroys them.
Oh, he
And if
murks
you
them.
notice too, after the first punch where he misses um Immortal, the music stops. There is no more music after that moment. Or wait, it might be after he kills Red Rush. Because then
Okay.
I think that's the cut. Like, this isn't just a regular superhero show anymore. Look at what we're actually going to be about. Here's the blood and gore that you didn't see anything at the beginning. It's so good. That hooked me so much when I watched that.
Dude, can I say, I think that might be one of the best first episodes, like the pilots of any show of all time. Like, not
I
like
agree.
piggyback off your list too much here, but for like the first episode of a show to really hook you and be like, whoa, what the fuck am I watching right now? That might be the best of all time. Like going from what you think you're gonna watch into this just wild display of violence is like,
You know,
holy shit, this is
we've talked
crazy.
about this before, but sometimes when I'm at work, I'll like, this is so boring, but I'll watch people watch shows sometimes, like the
But like
reactors.
reactions, hell yeah,
Yeah,
that's fun as fuck.
I think, yeah, sometimes it's a little like, it's almost too meta. It's fine.
Yeah, I
But people,
think
I
it's fun.
remember watching like these two girls watch it. And when it says the Invincible title card with Mark, they're like, oh, that was fun. And they're like, oh, okay, wait, there's still more. And they're like, oh, what's going on? And then the second Omni Man gets like, starts crushing Red Rush's head, and then the blood, and then it blows up, all the people are always like, what the fuck is this? And
It makes your jaw
freaking,
drop.
it's absolutely, I mean, I think that's an overused phrase because people use it too much, but not in this case. It is
No, not in
absolutely
this
jaw
case.
dropping.
It is so deserved in this case, dude. And I think it's really fun watching, like, I think it's fun watching people watch a show that you love or that you
Mhm.
know is going to just like smack them in the face. That first episode, oh, dude.
And they kind of continue that
Yeah.
at the end of season 1, and then, I mean, dude, the Invincible War at end of season 3, the conquest fight at the end of season 3.
Yeah.
I mean the gore, it's so it's unbelievable. And I'm not really a gore guy. I don't really like that stuff. But when it's like there for a reason,
Hmm.
it feels so much more impactful than anything that Marvel's done.
Yeah.
So I guess Marvel is supposed to kind of be for kids. This is clearly an adult animated superhero show for adults. And
Yeah,
I mean, again, I think it's on this list because it surprised me, and I was so impressed with it.
I like
And it's
that.
something that I like to rewatch. And people are like,
Yeah.
"What? You like to rewatch that super violent show?" Like, for some reason, yeah, I do. Because Mark is also that or he's on that hero's journey. He gets
Mhm.
stronger and stronger each season, facing more and more difficult battles. He's invincible not because of like his physicality, but his spirit. So
Mhm. Nice.
it's a
Nice.
lot of fun, man. I really, really like Invincible. So very
That's a good
excited
one.
for season 5. So we'll be talking about that next year. That'll be fun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, give me your number 2.
Okay. All right. Well, number 2, surprise, surprise, I don't know if this is surprise to you in the slightest. It's Game of Thrones.
Bro, that's
Um,
my number 2 too.
I kind of wondered if this was gonna be a shared one between us
Yeah,
when I was looking at the list, so we can kinda just go off
let's
of
do it.
this. We can
It's
yeah.
both our number 2s. Why is it?
Okay.
Give me why.
So, what I had kind of written down here, and as I was trying to build the thoughts, and Game of Thrones is a tough one to talk about because it's such a massive show. Like, it's hard to like,
Yeah,
how do we
in so
boil
many
this
ways,
down?
man. In so
Yeah,
many
into
ways.
just a couple minutes. But I would say that Game of Thrones is a really fun show to think about for me, like my process in getting involved with it. You, again, credit to you. Now this is 2 on the list that you showed me. So clap,
Mhm.
clap for you. Good
Thank
fucking
you.
job. Um, but I would say that I wasn't really into Game of Thrones when you first showed me it because I was like, what, what is this? It's not something that I would just actively seek out.
Sure.
But I would say that
Are you
in
talking about
watching,
freshman year? Are you talking about freshman
yeah,
year
dude.
in our
Yeah.
dorm
Yeah.
room
Yeah. Oh,
where
yeah.
I had to hook up
Absolutely.
the computer to my small 32-inch TV and we got 20 people in that room to watch this show on
Yeah.
that 32-inch TV? Yeah. Yeah.
Crowded around that thing. Yeah, well, I would say like that was a show that I was kind of just passively watching at first because all of us were. It was like, all right, the whole group's watching this. Let's figure out what's going on. But I would say within just a handful of episodes, I realized that I was watching probably some of the best writing of a show that I'd ever seen. Like, talk about a show where you see certain like character moments and you're like, this is different. This is better than anything that I've seen ever. Like, which is a crazy realization thinking that we watched it. I mean, we weren't like, this was not a show that we watched as little kids or anything. Like, we'd already been watching some shows. We were in our, late teens, early 20s. Like,
Mhm.
we'd seen stuff, and I was still like, this is better than anything out there. Anything out there.
Well, I mean, you should really read the book. I
Yeah.
really, you should.
Yeah.
I read the book too around this time. So I got into the show because I'm always been like a fantasy nerd. And we've talked about this before. The problem with fantasy is like most of them are shit, but when they're really done well, it's my favorite, but it's just hard to do them well.
It
Lord of the
is.
Rings, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, sci-fi too, Star Wars, Dune, like all that stuff is peak to me.
Yeah.
So I saw this and I think I was uh, senior in high school and it was the end of season 2 was coming out. So it was that spring of 2012. And I just like project free TV'd it. And I was like super into it because, Brand gets pushed out the window in the first episode. And then there's an incestuous relationship between the queen and her twin brother.
Mhm.
But then also the fact that the lineage to the king, like Joffrey is not the true heir and Joffrey's a bastard. It, it, it felt both very familiar and very new. Because, like the dragons and then the whole royalty concept and the houses. I guess what you could describe it as is like history adjacent.
Yeah.
It's obviously not history, duh. But all of the tone and the vibe and the structure of it feels pretty historical and lived in. I mean, it's based off of the War of the Roses through the setting of the Hundred Years' War. And each of the houses, you could make a lot of arguments are like, the Starks are clearly Scottish.
Mhm.
The Lannisters are obviously the English, and the Dornish are the Spanish. Like, Martells are French. the Dothraki are Mongolians, the Targaryens are Romans. Like, you can really, really kind of dissect this and find the inspiration behind all of it. But I mean, you're completely right. The writing is amazing. The fact that they kill off Ned
That's what I
in
was gonna say. Again, like kind of
yeah,
going back to your Invincible, it's like, dude, like no one is safe. No one is. What a way to show you. Like, also, I mean, this is just something. Maybe you can help me correct my memory if I'm wrong. But like Ned being played by, is it Sean Bean?
Sean
Help me
Bean.
with
Yeah.
Sean Bean as kind of one of the recognizable actors in that early
Well,
stuff.
Lord
You
of the
know?
Rings.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was Boromir in Lord of the Rings, and I think that's why they got him, because
Right.
it
So it's
really
like,
works.
it felt like, oh, is this the main character that we're going to be following? Like, wow, we're starting to get invested. And we really like Ned. And Ned is honorable. Ned is, Ned is going to make it through. We're going to watch Ned for a long time.
Yeah.
Whack.
Done. Killed off by the most hateable character in all television history.
What an awesome way to kick off the first season. Like,
But it's all down to like their characters.
yeah.
Like, Joffrey is just a royal piece of shit. But then Cersei did not want, Ned to die in that ninth episode, because then it causes the whole war. But Joffrey's going to do that because he sucks. And it
Yeah.
just all fits and it all works. And there are so many different storylines too. Like Jon Snow up in the north.
Oh,
You then
dude.
have Daenerys in Essos. Then you have Tyrion always around. Then there's Robb and Theon and Catelyn, and then Jamie getting his hand cut off in season 3. That
Dude.
is who he was that hand. I mean, it's just, what an adventure, and what when it was good, dude.
Yeah.
It was. There's a reason it's not. It would be number one if it wasn't for the ending, because
Yeah.
the ending fucking sucks. It pissed me off. I watched that last episode and I legitimately had a bad day. I was angry at that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I watched it with my buddy
Bran is
Tim's.
king. Good
Yeah,
God.
who was a better story than Bran the Broken?
Oh,
Everybody
get
else.
the fuck out of here.
Everyone else had a better story.
Oh my God.
It was so bad. Who cares? But I watched it with Tim and his cousin, and his cousin was like, "Well, if you didn't like it, why did you watch it?" I was like, "Bro, what the fuck are you talking about?" Because he's like, well, "I thought that was fine." I was like, "You clearly haven't been invested in this like I have."
Yeah.
Dude, I was in high school. I watched it all through college. I watched it the 3 years I lived in Los Angeles, and finished up when I moved home. Dude, Game of Thrones was the 2010s for me.
Yeah.
And I think it will go
stayed with
down.
you.
Yeah, the whole time.
The whole time.
I mean, and I watched it with
Pretty
so
cool.
many people, and so many people got into it.
Yeah.
Almost
dude.
everyone in my life watched it.
Yeah. You came to my house. Do you remember you came to my house?
Yeah.
I think, did we watch The Viper versus the Mountain at my house?
I think we
was that
might
after
have.
school? Dude, like I'll never forget that episode. I'll
Yeah.
never forget it.
I
And you just
remember
happily sitting there knowing what was coming, and fucking
we
never
watched
forget that either, buddy. Just
we
so you
watched
know.
oh yeah, fuck, sorry, dude. I mean, come on, I read the book.
Oh,
Dude,
he's
the
doing
book-
well, Jeff. Look, your guy's doing well. I loved The Viper. Look, he's gonna win. Uh-huh. Yeah, fucking sure he
You
is.
got so mad at me, bro.
Squish.
Oh my god. I think we watched the Battle of the Wall at Gabby's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And then I think you came up to Tim's house for another episode.
Yeah.
Like, we would go to each other's places during the summers in college and watch this show.
It was like an event to
It was
watch an
event,
episode.
man. Yeah. And it's like, dude, then there's the Red Wedding.
Oh,
There's
man.
there's the Battle of the Bastards, Hard Home.
Oh,
Like,
dude,
the list
yeah,
of
it just
events.
goes on. It goes on and on.
It's so good. It is so good. And it's just it's not the best show of all time, but I think it's the greatest show of all time. Right? You know the distinction there?
I think I do. For the record, just so I can have it on the record, I think it is my best show of all time. If I were to rank like just by quality, last season be damned, I still think it's the best show of all time.
Dude, if they stopped at like season 6 or if they actually nailed season
Well, it
7
would
and
have been
8.
like hands down forever. Like,
Hands down, greatest show ever made.
Yeah.
And it's still in that conversation, even with the fucked up
Even
ending.
think about that. It limped into the end, and you still are like, this could
You know
be
what,
the
dude?
best.
You know what it is? It was just so disappointing, man. It hurt
It
so
was.
bad. It
I
hurt
know.
so bad, man.
I know.
I
I
was in
agree.
so much
I
pain there
agree.
at the end because I was like, how can you set this shit up and then
Yeah.
have it flop like that? God.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, they really tarnished some really, really good, like the whole Jamie thing. God, I just hated what they did with some characters like that, and the brand. Yeah, again, I'm not going to harp on the brand thing, but that is my most hated part of the show. Is like the conclusion to Bran versus like Jon Snow. It's like enough, whatever. Still greatest. Still, I love it that it's both number 2 for us. That's awesome
can
because I think it deserves it.
I guess your number one?
You know, at this point, right? I mean, I've crossed enough off the list.
The Office.
Yeah, bingo. I
Okay.
mean,
All
and
right.
it had to be. I'll tell you a little funny fact while I was creating my list, and I really did spend some time trying to like cycle through where I was going to land on these shows. I'll tell you one thing: The Office never moved, never moved.
I
It was
figured.
always number one.
I
It was
figured.
always number one. And
So before you go into it real quick, that
go.
was going to be my number 5.
Yeah,
But
I
then
figured.
I was like, oh wait, Jeff is going to have his, so I'm just
When
going to
you
pick
said
Friends.
come back to it, I was like, I bet knowing where you like The Office is going to land. Yeah,
Dude,
and it
that's a
makes
great
sense.
choice, man. I adore The Office.
Yeah, so I mean, just a little summary here again, tiny little backstory. Watched The Office coming out of high school. I was a little late to it. A lot of people were watching in high school, never watched in high school. I know I missed some like huge episodes. There's the one with like the fire safety one that drops like right after the Super Bowl or something.
After the Super Bowl.
Yeah, like
Also one of the funniest cold opens.
yeah. Yeah, dude, legendary.
Take Bandit.
Dude, there's so many different moments that I can point to. I'm not going to spend the whole time doing that. I will say, I watched. So it's really weird. I could only download like the first 3 seasons. I think I bought them with like my own money, like downloaded them on my
like
phone,
iTunes or something.
Yes, like
Okay.
on iTunes.
Uh-huh.
And I like only had enough for like the first 3 seasons. Like that was what I could spend my money on. And I watched the first 3 seasons on loop. I'm not joking, Josh. Probably 10 times in a row. Like I would just I would get to the end, restart instantly. Just like I couldn't get enough of it. And this is one kind of comments like what you were talking about with Friends. There are parts of it that haven't aged well. It's the same thing. It was a product of its time. But what I would say,
You don't
go
call
ahead,
your
there's
friends
plenty you
retards.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean that's great. There's that whole like the race thing that they do with like Kelly Kapoor and like try my googie googie. It's like
to my convenience store.
yeah, try my googie googie. It doesn't age. There's parts of it that really, really don't age well. Hand up, I get it. And yeah, so sure.
Stereotypically, you might not be a good driver.
Yeah.
Oh man, am I a woman?
Yeah,
Bro. But
Yep.
the problem is those jokes are still really funny.
Well,
They're not
that's
appropriate, but they're funny.
bingo. And I think that's where like The Office showed me like a side of humor that I had never like been exposed to. I remember laughing out loud at moments in The Office, more like laughing out loud, not the expression, cackling, like couldn't like wheezing, couldn't breathe at more moments in The Office than any other show that I've ever seen. I will say, I think Steve Carell's performance as Michael Scott, even with the stuff that doesn't age well, is probably my favorite performance of an actor of all time. And that's why it's on my list as number 1. I think Steve Carell's timing, his facial expressions, he can murder me. Like I will be gasping for air like at tiny moments that he just does like with his face, like little facial expressions. There are things that I think Steve Carell did better than any comedic actor that I've ever seen in that show.
Yeah, and we're not even talking about Dwight too. And I think
Yeah.
the problem with Dwight, I think later on in the later seasons, he becomes kind of a caricature of himself. But the
Yeah.
first couple seasons, maybe actually the first like 7 seasons, man, I think like I honestly, I got to admit, I kind of stopped watching after Michael left.
It's fair. I think a lot of people did. And I get it because like I'm saying Steve Carell was part of the reason that I would rank it as my number 1. So I don't. It's not like I love the last 2 seasons, But in terms of defending it against some of the criticism, because I'm glad you brought up Dwight. That is one of the main critiques that I've seen, is kind of like Dwight is this weirder guy, and a lot of the show's theme is like Jim bullying him. So they're like, there's the mean guy in the office who's basically just like bullying the weirder guy. If you watch and really pay attention to the show, especially into the end, what you realize is that like Dwight and Jim like care a fuckload about each other. They are
They
incredible
bro out.
friends. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Jim is Dwight's best man in his wedding until he's not. But like they, it's not this relationship where like Jim is just bullying Dwight like he's, oh, he's the easy one to
To be
pick on.
fair, Dwight is a difficult person at the beginning.
He is. That's
And
what I'm
he's also
saying.
such an easy target. But I will say he is a perfect mirror with Steve Carell. What a great supporting character for Steve Carell too, to kind of bounce off of. I mean, let's also not forget John Krasinski too. It's also so good.
That's what I'm saying. Like their performances, again, talk about facial expressions. I know it's like the famous like Jim face. That's
so
like
good.
a thing.
It's so funny.
Again, just little tiny moments like that, like 1 or 2 seconds of him making a face at the camera will just like cap off a scene perfectly. Like it's and I don't want to forget all the rest of the supporting cast. I think Jenna Fisher's great. I mean, there are also some really solid like themes throughout. There's the romance between Jim and Pam,
which I think is a huge driver of the show.
Yeah,
the
like
romance
there are things that are done pretty well, and they're really patient with it too. Like I know it's technically season 3, but it's like and then into season 4.
It's a lot of episodes, man. That takes
there
a
are
while.
a lot of episodes, and they really do a good job of being patient with the buildup. It's not a thing that's established within the first few episodes and carries through. They take their time with it, and I respect that. So,
can I tell you a little story about The Office with me?
Yeah, go.
My dad and I watched the pilot in 2005.
Nice.
We were looking for. I think I was 12. Maybe, yeah, I was 12. And I was at that age where, my mom would go to bed, right? But my dad and I would stay up. And so we were always looking for like a new show. I think we watched the first like 5 or 6 episodes. We actually might have finished season 1. But then, back then it's kind of tough when's the next season coming out? You have to pay attention to that channel and everything. There was no streaming and all that stuff. So it was cool to remember sitting there watching that with him and then knowing it became one of the most successful comedies of all time. That was pretty neat. I got back into it when it got on Netflix in like 2009 or maybe 2010, somewhere around there. And then all of my friends were watching The Office. So we would always like watch it and then talk about it at school. And also a lot of the humor, man, you get to that age, 16, 17, where that humor is now finally funny. Like if you show The Office to like a middle schooler, they probably wouldn't get it.
Yeah,
maybe
some
a smart
of the low
one.
level stuff. Yeah, some of the low level stuff.
Maybe a smart one would get
humor.
it.
Yeah,
but it is dumb humor. But like some of the really subtle jokes, the really dry humor, would fly straight over their head. Dude, The Office is a great choice, man. Dude, we got a lot of comfort shows here.
Yeah, I mean it's our top 5, right? It's gonna be kind of that way. Can you? Okay, so I know you're number 1 now, right?
What?
It's got to be Breaking Bad.
No.
Nope. South Park?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. All right, I was between the two. I'm surprised. Wow, I'm actually really impressed that those didn't both end up on your list.
So Breaking Bad's great. I've only seen it once.
Okay.
And it's been, I think I finished it 13 years ago. So I remember it. I think if we were to sit here and talk about the best TV show of all time, I would put Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is the best TV show of all time.
Okay.
It is so well done. It ends perfectly.
That's what you tripped me up on, because the ending, I thought you're like, the ending is better than Game of Thrones. But so South Park makes sense.
The reason I put South Park on here, man, is because I honestly think South Park is the funniest show of all time. It is so poignant as being a mirror to America that I legitimately think South Park has shaped my entire political discourse and how I view other people.
Yeah.
Like, whenever I see someone acting kind of like a fool in public, it makes me think of South Park. And I've watched enough South Park to know when people are fucking stupid. And it also makes me be like, I need to be a better person. So I am not written into a South Park episode. Like,
Yeah.
that's how I view it. Their political satire is also so good. Cultural satire, too. It's sarcastic, it's violent, it's stupid, crass,
Mhm.
but also so funny. It is absolutely
Yeah.
hilarious. I mean, I think you've seen a couple episodes, right?
Well, yeah, more than I used to, yeah, because I didn't grow up watching it, but you've showed me, a few really good ones, um, that so, I would say, my favorite part about South Park, if I, thinking about, like, what I admire the most about it, I really admire how fearless they are. They will
Yeah.
go after anyone, and
Yeah,
they
dude.
do it well too. It's not just like, "Oh, let's go after easy targets," or "Let's go after" they go after everyone, and they are so spot on with the
Mhm.
way that they do it,
Mhm.
like, you have to respect it. I love how many
Like,
people,
mhm.
like, they watch an episode of themselves, and they're like, "Yeah, they kinda nailed that." Like
Yeah. I'm an asshole,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, the best one was, like, back in, the early 2000s, they had Saddam Hussein as this little, like, cutout character. "Hey, what are you doing, guy?" Like, stuff like that. Just stupid.
Yeah.
And obviously they didn't after, Saddam Hussein was executed, they didn't really continue with that character. And then, like, this most recent season with Trump, they made him just like Saddam Hussein. So and brought back the voice and everything,
Uh-huh.
and it was their way of saying that they think Trump is a dictator without
Mhm.
saying he's a dictator. And also Trump having a gay relationship with Satan, and also Satan being the best person in the White House. I mean, it's just so good, and Vance being a midget, and then I mean, did you see that the sex scene that they had? It's
Yeah, I think you showed it to me. Yeah.
so funny. Of course, I showed it to you. I mean, yeah, they're absolutely fearless. They don't care. They
Yeah.
AI'd like Trump's tiny dick at the first season, and then all the pictures on the wall is just Trump on top of like tanks with tiny dicks, and it's just like it's so aggressive.
Yeah. But it's done
So
well. It's like,
yeah.
I don't wanna
Is
say
it classy? I don't think
classy.
it's classy,
No, it's
but
not
it's
classy, but it's well done. That's the best I could say. It's like it's aggressive and it's fearless, but they do it well. Like, they don't they're clever about a lot of this stuff. Like, it's not just, let's take slap shots at people. They
it's
really
like
think through it. That Saddam Hussein thing is, the bringing it back, like, the using that same, like, theme for Trump,
yeah,
that's a really impressive touch. Like, that's pretty cool
yeah.
to think to do that, and then what it imply I don't know. That's,
I mean, dude,
even yeah, that's pretty cool.
they even navigate some like pretty difficult topics. Like, the one where Randy says the N word on Wheel of Fortune. Have you seen that one?
You might have showed me that. That sounds familiar.
He says the N word on Wheel of Fortune because the clue is people who annoy you,
Oh, man.
and it's
Okay.
N blank GGERS,
And it's what, Nagger?
naggers.
Oh god.
But he yells it out hard R, and then the whole town, the whole town starts to discriminate him for saying the N word.
Uh-huh.
But then the whole episode turns into him being treated like a black person because he said the N word. He like goes to the NAACP and he's like, "You guys have no idea what it's like to be spoken to like this every day for just one mistake that you made. Anyone could have made this mistake." And so, dude, it's so funny that they take such a vicious, malignant word, a horrible word, and then make it really funny because it's telling a truth about it
Mm.
in a way that's so difficult to do, I think. And the fact that they do it well is, I mean, it's just so unbelievably incredible how well they walk that line.
that Scientology episode that you showed me is, like,
I'm like, it's
one of my
so good.
favorite of all time. Like, of all
Yeah,
the South Parks you showed me, I still think about that one, like, to this day. Like, that
yeah.
the Mormon there's a more like, that
The
Mormon one that you
Mormon
showed me,
one
right,
is
is, like,
hilarious.
dude, there's a few like that where they do it so well, like, it's so on point, and then you go and, like, I love this about South Park is you can watch an episode like that, and then you go look up, like, the real thing. Like, I remember Googling Scientology. I might have even done it with you, and it was like, "Oh my god, this is all just real." Like, everything
Yeah,
they put in here,
yeah.
it's like
And they say at the bottom of the episode, it's like, this is what Scientology actually believes in. But then seeing
they
it through
keep
the
saying
eyes
it,
of,
right? They're like,
yeah,
"This is
and
still what
like
they
it's like
believe."
a banner, it keeps flashing. But then it's just like, what the fuck is this? Dude, I can't praise South Park enough, man. I mean,
It's a
it's just,
really fun show.
it's also,
It's a
dude,
really fun show.
it's been around for 30 years.
Yeah.
And the last season with the Trump stuff is still seen as it's still so good. I mean, Christy Nome, Christy Nome shot her dog. Have you heard that whole
Yeah,
story?
yeah, you
Yeah.
yes,
But
yes.
then whenever there's a dog on screen, she just takes out a sniper rifle and shoots it. And then at the end of the episode, she walks into a PetSmart and goes on a massacre killing spree, killing all the dogs. It's just like, first of all, who the fuck puts that in their book that they shot a dog?
Yeah.
And then clearly, and then her face, like being its own thing, like sliding away. It's like
I was
it's a
gonna say, like,
monster.
yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's just also kind of saying that she's like Two-Face and stuff. Like, it's
Mhm.
just it's so good. It has such stupid humor told in such a smart way.
I love the way you said that. I was gonna try to phrase this. I was gonna say it sort of masquerades as stupid humor, but it's really, really
But if
intelligent
you
at
if
the
you
like, it's
get
when
it,
you peel it back, it is
yeah,
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 yeah.
it's so funny. Like, and some of the stuff is very offensive. But
Yeah.
like it, but again, I think if the joke works, you know,
If there's truth behind some of the things that they're making light of, then
yeah,
people get it, you know?
because I think they're also making fun of the person who thinks those things.
Sure.
Like Cartman is a massive anti-Semite, right?
Sure.
And in one of the episodes, Kyle's cousin Kyle comes and he's so stereotypically Jewish. He's like, "Oh my god, it was off the plane, and it's like, oh my hands were got cold, and they only had fish, and I don't like fish." And then Kyle tells Cartman, "Is like, I'll give you $20 if you don't make any comments on this at all." And so he sits down next to Kyle. He's like, "Oh my god, I can't seem to concentrate." And Cartman just goes, "Well, maybe we should put him in a concentration camp." Oh fuck! It's like he loses his $20. It I just can't describe it, man. I love that show. The
Yeah.
problem is if you are getting into it now, it's kind of hard to find a start. You would probably just have to reach out to a South Park fan and say,
That's what that's
"What's
what
the
I had the
best
biggest
episode?"
tough yeah, that's what I had the toughest part was, like, I went and tried to watch, like, from season 1 because I was like, "I'll do this
Absolutely
right, I'll
not.
just" and
Don't
it
do
was like,
season one.
"Nah, I can't be doing this because it's a different show, but not that it was bad, it just
No,
doesn't like, the
they're
new
finding their
stuff.
stride.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. Just like The Office, like what I was saying, season 1 of The Office, kinda
season one's a little
weak,
rough, man.
like,
Like
it's rough.
Michael's kind of an asshole,
He's kind of an asshole, like,
and
he's
they
just
have to
weirdly got,
change
like,
that.
greasy, balding hair, it's like, "Well, okay,
But yeah,
alright,
he got
yeah."
plugs in between season one and
Yeah.
two. Good for
Anyway,
him.
all of that is to say, like, season 1 of some of these shows can be a little like, they're finding their footing, but I think once they hit their stride, it's like, wow, you got something special here.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, dude. Well, dude, that's a good top five, man. This was
This is
fun.
fun, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
make some clips out of these. I'll be very interested to see what it says is good.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
um, but all right, everyone, if you're still here, really
Yeah,
appreciate that.
thanks to everyone who,
To,
stuck with
to
us.
thanks to Jeff's mom. I really
Yeah, there we
appreciate
go.
you listening this far,
Shout out, mom.
sending love because my mom doesn't listen to this shit. Um, all right. Well, this has been Too Much TV, and we will see you guys later. Bye bye.